is question 3. Okay, this involves factoring completely. So 2 types of factoring. Enter your answers in the blanks to show the complete factorization of the expression 6x cubed minus 12x squared minus 18x. So you see that in the first step, we already factored out the 6x for you. You have to just figure out what the other factor is. So this is when I draw the long box, we call it, okay? The long rectangle, just one row. Just putting all those terms in exactly as we see them. 6x cubed minus 12x squared minus 18x. This is what we do when we're just looking for our greatest common factor. No complicated factoring a quadratic. Just what's the greatest common factor we're able to pull out of all of this? 6x. Now think of what we should put on top so that it multiplies back to the insides of that box. So if we have 6x and we want to multiply to get 6x to the third power, we have to multiply that by x squared, because that's x times the x that we had already is 3 x's altogether, which is what it says inside the box, x to the third power. Then what are we going to multiply by to get negative 12x squared? That's going to be negative 2, because negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. And we also have to put x, because x times x gets us back to that x squared. And then for negative 18x, we're going to think what's negative 18 divided by 6, if we want to think of it that way, right? And it's negative 3. Negative 3 times 6x gets us back to negative 18x. So to fill in the blanks right here, we're filling in the coefficient of x, which is negative 2, and our constant term, which was negative 3. So we had to take this factor up here and get it into the blanks that we were given from the problem. Okay, then we need to get to the next row. The next row tells us to keep our greatest common factor of 6x right there and take the second factor and get 2 factors. Okay, do another factoring to get 2 factors. So we see that we're going to get 2 binomials. So we know we're going to be doing the other kind of factoring like this. Okay, so we're working with x squared minus 2x minus 3. That's what we just got as our other factor, right? And we're factoring this. So we put x squared inside, and that's x times x. And we put negative 3 in here, and we know we need 2 numbers that multiply to negative 3. We were already given one of those numbers, 1, right? They gave us like almost the whole answer here. So if we put 1 here, it's got to be negative 3. That's the only thing I could multiply this 1 by in order to get this negative 3 inside. Okay, and does that work? Well, 1 times x is x, and x times negative 3 is negative 3x. And yes, negative 3x plus x will add up back to that negative 2x. So that works. And what was the missing number that we need to fill in? That was negative 3.